Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia, and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to create a protective shield around yourself so you can feel more safe in your body and in your soul. Our motivation has always been to expand, and you may be led to different types of wisdom and experiences that truly allow you to raise your frequency to a point where you're taking your consciousness into different realms of this universe and you're feeling into different frequencies. And while you're doing that, your brain might try to judge what an energy is before you even understand its authentic nature. The mind is trying to fill in the blanks as your soul is moving at light speed. So if you watch until the end of this video, I'll give you an idea of not only how to do an interdimensional skill of putting up a protective shield and really programming the shield to do what you need to, but things to unlearn in the mind. So while you're going through spiritual expansion and you're understanding how to live in the metaphysical world while you're here, there is less friction between your sense of infinite potential and power and the idea of something being able to hurt you. So to jump right into it is understanding that the key has always been your imagination. Your imagination is your mind's connection to the information in the quantum field. And the third eye is a bridge between your third dimensional body and your mind and the universe. So the imagination translates the information that you're picking up on through the quantum field and how you navigate the quantum field or alter it. But we're taught from such a young age that our imagination is make-believe, and we have to be realistic and logical. And these words tend to create a paradigm of information and keep us locked in it. Logic is important when we're dealing with real-life physics, when we're dealing with chemistry. The laws of the third dimension that we have to understand so we can better navigate it. But we tend to move logic and what is realistic into every area of our life, keeping us contained inside of a box of cyclical knowledge. So when you're putting an energy shield up, the whole idea is to use your imagination, and you can do this with your eyes closed, to picture a bubble around you. And the bubble blocks out any energy that you do not need. But what you can do is you can program the actual bubble to do specific things for you. So what you could do is, as you're closing your eyes and you're imagining a large bubble around you, first imagine that the energy inside of your heart space is pushing energy out, which is expanding your field. As you use your emotions as a mechanism to expand your field in the body, it pushes out and it allows this bubble around you to get bigger and bigger and create a larger surface area as you're doing that. And while you're doing that, communicate with this bubble, talk to it, be it in a way. Realize there is no separation between you and anything you think of or experience. They're all just part of your universe, and by that sense, you are connected to it. There is no that and this. Everything is connected through pure consciousness. And tell your mind that as you're trying to find reasons why you programming an energy shield is unrealistic. So as you're moving into that space, tell the field as if it's this wall, circular wall around you. I want you to block out any being that is trying to harvest my energy, any soul that is trying to disrupt where I'm going, and any type of energy that is in my location, right? So if there's something going on in the field you're in or people around you, tell the field what to do. Tell the energy bubble what to do. And when you've programmed the energy shield to block out any being or energy or force that is harmful to you, you at the same time want to communicate with the shield and the bubble and this force of technology that you're also going to allow the guides that want to help you in. You're going to allow the higher dimensional frequency in. You're going to allow the epiphanies in and the lessons in and all the things that want to help you from the alternate dimensions, a way to communicate with your system and bring you the gifts that you know you truly deserve. So make sure to program the shield with what you don't want and then also with what you want to. It is like a large wall around a civilization. The wall is meant to keep things out, but it is also meant to bring certain things in. And then you can even say if somebody or something tries to come into this field, I want you, field, this wall around me, to create an effect that allows the energy to bounce off and ricochet. And you can even take it further, right? Because the thing about it is if you tell the field, if anything tries to harvest energy from me or anybody tries to go into my field and be intrusive, or there's some type of energy or motion that is not meant for me, and I want you to send that energy back in a aggressive manner, that's also in your field. So be aware of how you program this energy bubble around you. And when your eyes are closed and you're picturing a protective bubble around you in whatever color you need to picture it as, make sure to do things that don't cause any type of violence in the metaphysical field. So one thing that you can do is say, if any being tries to come in and harvest from me, or if any energy tries to harm me, that energy is going to go through a fog of confusion and then get sent somewhere else, right? And what happens when you're doing this is your mind is going to continually feel as if it has to be harder than it is. Your logical mind is going to try to create reasons why you just can't do it, or it's not possible, or it can't be that easy. And so what I recommend you to do is take time to practice gaining more authenticity with your imagination. Create examples where you're able to practice trusting what your imagination actually is, which is a way for your brain to translate and understand the quantum field through human language. And how you can do this is one, start a creative project. Start asking yourself really intense questions that seem impossible to the logical mind. And allow yourself, through your third eye, through your heart space, through the knowing that you're more than this identity, and you're the entire universe. Allow the information to come through your imagination in pieces, and you to trust the information you're getting in a question that your logical mind cannot even rationalize. Take time while you're moving around the world to look at physical manifestations of energy, which is everything, right? And use your imagination to think of the layers of energy that have to come together to make something solid. And you might go, well, how does that work? What does it look like for you? It looks how it needs to look based on your unique soul blueprint and how your mind has created associations to energy in this life. The whole purpose is to trust the information you're seeing in your imagination. So then you can do unique actions in the quantum field, like creating a specific energy shield that is programmed to do unique things, and you allow it to just be done and have it happen because you're trusting more in your imagination than your logical mind. As you're moving around the world, start looking at people and just tell yourself, what is their aura? What energy in their body is creating blockages? And your imagination will tell you, oh, behind their shoulder, right in front of their stomach, next to their head. But most people want some type of scientific breakdown because we're all used to being a part of a world where in order for us to think something is right, we have to have 4 or 5 people validate the information, and a college has to sign off on it. This is how information is controlled at a molecular level. So I'm asking you to make the shift and you become your source of knowledge. You tap into the oneness of the universe and use your imagination to start pondering questions. And over time, these ideas you get from these activities or questions will start to feel more closer to the truth, and you'll feel a knowing when you're asking a question to your third eye or the universe or the infinite abyss of energy that surrounds you. Now remember, that is truly the key, is working out your imagination, but allowing your human mind to loosen its grips of control and to start to witness you depending on the imagination for information. Your identity, your programmed thoughts really allow your formless soul to have a form in this reincarnation, which is, how are you creating a connection to your body? What does the world mean to you? What is your story, right? Without those things, our reincarnation could feel a little bit floaty. But then we go through a spiritual awakening or ascension or shift in consciousness, and we realize that this floaty feeling is us going beyond our limited mind, our programmed mind, our identity, and moving into free-flowing consciousness that can go anywhere. So it's about creating new associations to how the mind reacts when you're doing metaphysical things. So try that, and remember, creating a protective shield is simply about you letting go of the idea that you need proof for something to be real. Because that proof is based off of having third dimensional evidence. How can you have third dimensional evidence when you're tapping into something of a higher dimension? Right? So when you start to use your own logic to dismantle the way you think, you're using your programmed thoughts to rewire your own programmed thoughts. Don't fight them. Understand why your mind thinks the way it does. Then undo it with convincing and seduction. And then you can tilt it into trusting into your imagination more. Then when you start to go, I'm going to create an energy shield that does these specific things, or I'm going to bring this energy into my room and have this frequency here and this frequency there, creating a trifecta of healing energy. And you start, doing things in the quantum field that are very articulate and elaborate, which enhance your ability to control energy. That all depends on your ability to rewire your mind and practice trusting your imagination and believing that the information you're getting is true. And that'll actually also help you be more in tune with your psychic abilities, because we all are a soul. And if you have ancient roots as a star seed or God seed or angelic seed, you already have a pocket in your system that can do magnificent things. But your programmed mind here is what is wanting to be right, because it's a protective mechanism. It's not that your identity or your ego are evil. It's that it's misunderstood. There's simply a way for your soul to have a consistent experience in the body. The problem is we did not fully agree to the information in the collective consciousness. We may not have fully been able to choose the experiences we've encountered growing up or during primary school or college. That's when this programmed identity becomes outdated and people start thinking, this is who I am. No, you're getting to experience this identity. It is not who you are. You are a soul, the same way that there is an actor or an actress. That actor is not the character they play in a movie. They're getting to play a character. So I'm asking you to take a moment to remember that you're not this character, you're the actor, and you can choose a different story. You can entertain that paradigm of reality is flexible and my imagination is king and queen, and it leads the way, and that is how I can manipulate and change and alter energy to better suit my soul's purpose in this body. Well, thank you all for being a part of this video, and if you're new here, definitely subscribe. If you're back on this channel, consider my online workshops. I'll be hosting them in a month or two. It's a really unique way that I'm going to connect interdimensional skills to your emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical health. And then I can teach you, based on the exact theme of that workshop, how to move through your mind, unblock anything that is causing any stress, and get to where you want to go while providing you with quantum energy healing. So send me an email if you're interested in being notified when they go live. And check the description if you want more information. I also offer coaching for people that truly feel as if there is more to come in their journey and there's something missing, but you're not exactly sure what it is. I can use my claircognizant abilities to tap into your system and lay out a roadmap of where you are, what to do next, and how to alter your system to better embody that power. And also, there's a free quiz in the description that can let you know what interdimensional skills you have. Well, until next time, hope you have an amazing day, and stay in peace and simplicity, and realize that you are exactly where you need to be in this present moment. And just release the need to see proof of your powers. Lead into that. They are already there. All right, bye.